What is going on, Torontonian, Raptonian, Fanzonians? That was an exciting one, a nail biter right down to the last seconds of the game. But what the Toronto? The game was lost earlier on in this one, where some funky turnovers and some weird plays here and there, but saw some positive signs. I mean, again, not to make up excuses, but really we're missing RJ and Quickly and Jakob. That's a tough one. I know they had DeJounte Murray. I saw him sitting on the bench. I don't know who else was not playing for the Hawks. I don't know DeJounte Murray, if he's actually hurt or if he's sitting on the sidelines because they're trying to trade him and not get injured. But yeah, the Raptors lose 126 to 125 down to the wire. I mean, there was that funky turnover where I don't know if you saw it, but Scotty Barnes kissed Dick on the head. It was quite the moment, actually. I don't know how that would taste. It's probably like sweaty and salty, maybe a little bit. But it was exciting. I just wish Dick could hit some of these other shots that he's open for. You know, he made a couple of nice drives. He made a couple of other decent plays, hustle plays, but like he almost lost it even for us on that three that Gary Trent Jr. He he kicked it back in such a weak way. Thank God this Nwora dude who's got horrible hair. I know I said that on the other video. What is with them shaving the front little lip part there? Like the widow's peak, they're shaving down, and then their hair goes crazy from the top. At least he's doing what I said Scotty should do and making his hair big so he's intimidating. So I can't be totally critical. And points wise, I mean, since we're on him, let's just keep blabbing. This is the future potentially. Jordan Nwora. I mean, this guy had 24 points. He was a plus 11. And even more impressive when he came in the first half, he had 11 points in 9 minutes, and just a loose guideline. If you got more points than minutes, or even equal points to minutes, I think you're having a pretty solid game. It's been my experience watching the NBA over the last, I don't know, 40 years. Um, so not a bad game from this guy. I mean, he was 7 of 16 from the floor, 43%, not the greatest, but 42.9 from three. And when we brought him in, he was touted as a 3-point specialist. He only played a couple minutes in one game so far. I think this was only his second game. Maybe it was his third. I was at the first game when they came over, but only Brown got into that game. I didn't see Nwora in there. Maybe he had a garbage minute or two, but I don't think so. I think he was just in the last game in this game. But anyway, he's in there for 30 minutes this game, but that's obviously with our starting unit missing a bunch of people. But solid 24 points, like I said, a plus 11. Um, what did he turn? He turned it over once. He had 4 fouls on him, but he had a steal, 6 assists, 9 rebounds. Uh, that's pretty good. Yeah, no, great effort. I mean, imagine if this guy can come off the bench like that and continue to deliver. Um, Brown, I don't know. I'm not loving this guy. I really think that we should be giving him less minutes and just like let's trade him while somebody's willing to give us something. Maybe nobody's willing to give us something, and that's where we're waiting. But maybe we're waiting right to the deadline because I would imagine because of this guy's past track record, they might just think he's mailing it in because he's on the Raptors and he knows he's probably going somewhere else. He doesn't want to get like acclimated or get any kind of deep relationship going with the other Raptor players. So he's doing things like being a minus 22 on the floor. He only had 11 points in 36 minutes. Uh, yeah, I mean, he had some rebounds. He's weirdly like he's not that tall, but he seems to get rebounds. It's kind of weird. They even play him as a power forward. It's funny because he doesn't seem that tall. Maybe he's just smaller, or like his everything in proportion is making him look small out there. But 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. But yeah, 100% from the free throw line. At least we did better. So last game we got killed behind the 3-point line and the free throw line. We had 48.4% from three this game and 87.5 from the free throw line. Thank God, because if we were going to continue down at 60%, I mean, really all you want to see is some effort, right? And the future developing. So, to close this game out, they had Grady Dick, Nwora, Scotty Barnes, I think Brown was on the floor, and then Thad Young was at the very end, but I think they had Gary Trent Jr. before they took Thad they put that in on the last play, maybe to rebound, which would have been nice if we could have blocked out Capella for the rebound because that putback dunk is what really killed us. We could have, won the game even if they fouled him or something and had a loose ball foul, and then he missed one of his shots. And we could have put it into overtime, but anyway, yeah, interesting final group. And then another positive out there was that Jonte Porter's eye laceration had healed. And so he was out there for 19 minutes and went 3 of 6 from the floor, 3 of 4 from three. So like he just missed some little mid-rangey shots that he took, but 3 of 4, 75% from three. When you can get a center, a big man like that, draining threes, that's actually a threat. Obviously, that's what stretches out the floor, gives everybody else more space to move around. And this guy's got the blood. I mean, he's Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, and clearly Michael Porter, pretty solid player. Sometimes a little too selfish, but still won a championship last year, and certainly was a contributor to that team behind Jokic and Murray. So this kid's got potential, and yeah, liked what I saw. He had 2 steals, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. Not too bad. No blocks. I'm kind of surprised. Thought I remembered him getting a block or two, but 12 points overall and a plus 14 for Jonte Porter. So some positive signs. Porter, Nwora, and even Dick missing shots is pissing me off a little bit because I don't know what's wrong with this guy in his head. But again, and it's weird. It was shots, mid-range shots and other little layupy shots that he was missing. In fact, there was a moment where he had the ball by himself. Again, I think the guy's just anxious, and probably we need to get a hypnotist again and get this guy to calm down, or let's get him some meds or something. But yeah, he was down low, all alone, hesitating, didn't know what to do, ended up flopping it around and turning the ball over. Which those are the moments that cost us this game. If he just decisively grabs the ball, dunks it, or kicks it out to somebody, but decides what to do instead of fumbling around and then, ultimately turning it over. We win the game. But he shot 60 from the 3-point line, so I guess I can't complain. Um, and he had a couple of free throws as well. He was 2 of 3 from free throw land. But again, he should be like a 90% shooter from free throws because he's been drafted as a shooter. I mean, he was touted as potentially maybe one of the best shooters in the draft. Clearly, he's not yet. I hope that he could be, and I do like, though, anyway, the positive of him being in these minutes and getting the time on the floor because that should help with his having everything slow down and having him be able to get you know more used to the fast pace of the NBA and prepare for these kind of moments so that we can turn him into a winner. But yeah, overall, Jalen McDaniels didn't play. Garrett Temple didn't play. Otto Porter Jr. didn't play. Boucher, I don't know, man. Boucher, I love Boucher, but he's so inconsistent. He had 5 points. He was a plus 14, so I guess some of his effort, coming off the bench. He had 4 rebounds, pretty good. And Gary also was a little bit of a disappearing act. I mean, 16 points, minus 19. I mean, come on, Gary. 50% from three, keeping it up. He's good. I think his career, or at least maybe it's the season they're quoting, but he's in the 40s. So, we know he's reliable for that. But come on, Gary, when you've got the other 3 starters not playing in the lineup and you're trying to be a starter and you're getting the start, deliver, get us some points. But anyway, and then Thad is Thad. This guy shouldn't be starting. 4 points, minus 18. Ouch. Yeah, he was a minus 18. Brown was a minus 22. Gary Trent Jr. was a minus 19. That's just not cool, especially compared to them. Like, and again, I know on the last video I was talking about how much I hate the LA Clippers. Well, I don't have a lot of love for the Atlanta Hawks either. I mean, Trae Young, I think this guy's just a little punk. He had 30 points. He was a plus 8. And obviously, he's the reason they won the game. Killed us with that one off the glass. To put them up. I think it was that was their second last bucket. Like, what a shot, man. Obviously, the guy's got talent, but I just think he's a little crybaby whiner, and he gets calls that should not be calls. In fact, even not only does he get calls when he's going to the basket, but that one when he was backing up, he was not set yet. his feet, his ankle wasn't even like touching the ground yet. He was still moving as Schroeder went into him. So I don't know. The refs, we all know they cheer against the Raptors. I kind of understand. They're all American, or most of them are American, and we're the only Canadian team. And it's a messed up thing. I'm sure I've told you my story. I was at the Grey Cup when the Baltimore Colts, or whatever they were called, won the Grey Cup, and it really did feel sick. So I know how they felt when the Jays won. I know how they felt when the Raptors won. It's got to be a killer. Wait till we get an NFL team and then they win. But anyway, that'll be the death of the CFL. Okay, so now I'm rambling. Thank you very much for watching. Overall, positive signs in the game. Obviously, a win would have been nicer, but at least it was exciting. It was entertaining. It went down to the wire. There was hope for us right until the end. It wasn't, feeling the whole game like we're down by 20. And are we ever going to get back into it and make a game of it? So yeah, but these are the games that we do need to win. I mean, I don't know what we're doing. Are we tanking? Are we going to try and salvage our pick, which I still don't even understand because it's a protected, and everyone's saying the draft isn't great this year. So why don't we just not try to tank to be under 6 so that San Antonio just makes the pick and then we have our own pick for next year? Like, because I believe the way it works is if we get into the lottery in a crappy year that everyone's saying the draft is not going to be great, we're going to fight to be down enough to get under 6 so that we have the pick this year. But then doesn't that trigger the pick then moving to next year and then still being lottery protected? Like, are we going to just keep, anyway, it would be better. I guess maybe what they want is to not tank again next year, I guess is the reason why you do that. But I don't know why we wouldn't get that pick over with. And then if we're horrible next year, at least we can get a decent player in a deeper draft. Anyway, for more information like that, go to the Raptors in Black and White. Last night I was at my friend's lifelong friend. I've known this guy since I was like 11, no, 12, maybe 12, 13, something like that. And he just turned 50. But my Raptors in Black and White partner was also at this event, and we are going to get ourselves organized. So maybe not this time because we don't have a new video out, but we're going to put one this week, and then I'll put some links at the end here. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Give me a comment. Comment. What do you guys think about the Raptors? I mean, do you think we should take? Do you think we should, am I right even about this comment about the way the draft works? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. And Mr. Beach for President, thanks for watching. Have a good